Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's your boy Stevie Jobber.
It's your boy Dangerous Duke.
And welcome back to the Dangerous Jobbers podcast, putting wrestling over one podcast at a time.
Yes, sir.
Dude, tell them why we here.
Well, as you guys know, we're coming to the end of the year. 2023 is right around the corner. And as always, we got to kick it off with the end of the year episode where we just run down all the best things, all the worst things, the highs, the lows. Shout out some people that did great. Shout out some people that did not so great. And we just going to give our humble opinion on what went down this year.
All right, man. Before we start, dude, tell them where they can find us. I'm so terrible at it still. I'll get
It's
better.
okay.
It's
It's
this the
okay.
end of the year pod. Next year, it's a new me.
We're going to speak it into
And I'll do the
existence.
socials.
But like we say, you guys know where you can find us. You can find us on Instagram at Dangerous Jobbers Podcast and at Dangerous Jobber. You can find us on the Dangerous Jobbers website.com. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, right here on YouTube. You can find us pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts. That's where you can find us. So make sure you check us out on all of those platforms.
All right, man. Let's hit number one. I want to know, what is your favorite match or favorite two matches? We'll give two.
Okay.
Give your favorite and give your runner up for this year.
All right. So obviously, I'm pretty sure this was a lot of people's favorite match of the year, but I'm going to go with Cody versus Seth
Which one?
in the Hell in the Cell.
No, that was a great one. That was amazing.
Just especially with the
Just
torn pec, all that injury looking nasty. And he
mm-hmm.
still put on I think it was like a
Mm-hmm.
20-minute banger.
Banger. In that moment, I feel
Yeah.
like I said it on the pod, but I feel like in that moment, in that match, it felt so special watching it because it felt like this is possibly his apex, like his greatest
Mm-hmm.
match ever. Like, this is the match from Cody you tell your kids about.
Yes.
This is the one. Like, we are witnessing a moment in time right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just amazing.
Yeah, it was just a beautiful thing to watch. Scary as hell,
Scary.
but beautiful. And then my second place goes to two people who in 2022, I think, showed their ass off for their company.
Mm.
One of them would just so happen to interview on the show. So I'm going with, for my number two, for the Impact World title,
Oh, man.
Josh Alexander versus Alex Shelley. That match was wrestling at its finest. That was just pure technical wrestling from two great talents.
Let
Like
me tell you.
you
Oh,
got the
go
innovator.
no.
I just got it. I can't talk enough about this match. You have an innovator of the last 20 years of high flying wrestling and one of the best technical wrestlers on the planet right now, just putting on a good old fashioned storytelling match. Like, they told a
Mm-hmm.
story in that match.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not being biased because I'm being a little biased, but it was just a great storytelling match. In my opinion, it was the best match Impact made this year.
I mean, you talk about a great story.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about a great build, a proper build. You talk about excellent promo package, which nobody does anymore. You talk about just the perfect David Goliath, but at the same time, um, old generation versus new generation.
Mm-hmm.
Every dynamic of it, and they picked the right two people, and then they brought the story they built all the way up into an amazing finish story in the match itself. Still think the wrong man won, but I mean,
Oh,
so
so do I.
amazing
But it was
to
a great
just
match.
watch. Was what a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my two. I'm gonna go with, for my number one. I'm gonna go with the men's War Games match from Survivor Series.
Okay.
Only because, yes, it was an amazing match. And they told a way better, probably one of the better War Games stories since Triple H brought War Games back from NXT. It's
Yeah.
definitely top three for best War Games matches.
Mm-hmm.
But because it was really a culmination of months and months and months of character work from Sami Zayn,
Yeah.
with the perfect person to peak the story off with Kevin Owens.
Yep. I agree.
It was months and months and months of character building to get to this perfect place where they didn't have to do a lot, but what they did meant so much. It was like really watching a movie.
Yeah.
And you've been rooting or rooting for a team and they finally win the big one. Like it got you out of your seat. Like I
Yeah.
felt
It was a
something in
roller
that
coaster.
moment. Yeah, it meant a lot to me to see what I was seeing.
And the payoff was all worth it.
Just oh my God. That embrace between Sammy and Jay was
Mm-hmm.
heartwarming.
It just
Like,
just warmed the soul.
man, and I should never feel that way about two people I know absolutely nothing about in real life.
But it was just so heartwarming. It was
During a
like
TV show where
finally
men wrestle in
accepting.
tights, but it I felt it. It was so
Mm-hmm.
genuine. And it was like, oh my goodness. I love these people in this
Yeah.
moment right now. So that's number one for me. And then I think number two, also including the bloodline, or no, I take it back. I'm not going to use that one. We had to acknowledge the WrestleMania moment that was Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin
I agree.
ending the show, and what we thought was going to maybe be a run in, maybe be a 5-10 minute, very low expectation, turned into a full length brawl,
Yeah.
classic Stone Cold, kick your ass all around the arena WrestleMania match with the only man I think could do it is Kevin Owens.
The perfect person to do it.
And it didn't feel underwhelming. It felt like it exceeded our expectations double. The fact that one, that it happened, that it
Mm-hmm.
went so long, and that it went so well.
Yeah, it
I
turned out
mean,
great.
at one point, Austin was suplexed on his back on the
And you
concrete, and
were
I was I was a little
and
worried.
yeah, like that scared the hell out of you for a second.
But he pulled it out.
Mm-hmm.
He completed an excellent match. I don't think he should come back this next WrestleMania, but man, what a moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
What a way to cement who you were, you know, and what you still mean to the business,
And not tarnish your legacy in the process.
and not tarnish your legacy like damn near every single other person has, except for Taker, unless Taker puts the boots back on again. Please don't put the boots back on
No,
again.
no.
But that was a perfect ending he did with AJ once he finally found out how he wanted to go out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just an amazing moment from one of the all-time greats.
I agree.
So that would be my runner-up.
All right. So the next thing we got on the docket is best and worst moments. So we'll start with the best moments first. For me, I have two of them. The second place comes from AEW,
Mm-hmm.
technically ROH.
Mm-hmm.
Cesaro finally winning a world title.
Mm.
That was just a moment for me personally. I really, like you said, you shouldn't feel this way about people you don't even know, but
Mm.
Cesaro winning the world title was like me finally getting gratification. Like, thank you. Finally, somebody sees the greatness that this man has.
Mm-hmm. And that was a two-time Ring of
Mm-hmm.
Honor champion.
Two-time.
Two-time.
Released in released what, less than a year ago, and already two-time world champion.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably my second place moment. First place, I mean, obviously, again. Cody coming back at Mania.
Mm, hmm. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's probably one
Ooh.
of the best return. That might be the best return of the 2020s
That might
right
be the
now.
best return. Yeah, yeah, you're right. That might be the return of the decade. I don't know who else is coming back,
Mm-hmm.
but CM Punk is tarnished his return. So
Yeah.
this is definitely the biggest return
Mm-hmm.
I can remember. And I can't even think of, yeah, nah, it felt even bigger than Austin.
Yeah.
It felt bigger than Austin. When that music came on and you realized it was Cody.
mm-hmm.
It wasn't like some reduced form of character. It was like
Yeah,
Cody
it was
now.
Cody. Yeah,
Like wrestling is more than one royal family, Cody.
especially man with the song too.
With the
Like,
ooh, and they didn't lowball the entrance.
nope.
They tried to make it as authentic as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And he blew the roof off the place with Seth Rollins
Did his
to a
thing.
point that we'll probably get to later.
Mm-hmm.
And it just is ooh, the way I felt, the way they felt. Everyone could feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Because before when the bell rang and they were looking at each other, and it was not even then. I remember, if for anybody that wants proof or just to go back and look, because I thought this was interesting. I think Seth and Cody might have both been wondering what the reaction was going to be.
Yeah.
So if you go back, and you can probably just find it on YouTube. So after you watch this, stay for this, go find that video
Mm-hmm.
of just the clip of Cody making his return. And if you watch, Seth is wondering what the reaction is going to be as well.
Yeah.
But when the music comes on, if you watch Seth's face, you can actually pause and find the moment he realized, oh, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
His face literally lights up like, oh shit.
And then he just laughs. And
And
it's
then,
not
yeah, and then he laughs and he's
but
like,
it's
oh,
not
we
the
did it.
it's not the exactly. It's not the villain laugh. It's not that heel laugh. It's the
Yes.
laugh like, oh, this is gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he knows, oh, we're in a moment now.
Mm-hmm.
This came off exactly how we wanted it to.
They're gonna be talking about this 10 years from now.
10 years from now, man. They've stumbled onto something amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the 3 matches they put on feel like they could do this for years.
Yeah.
Because the
Like if
chemistry was just, oh my God.
like if Cody was to come back and feud with Seth, I would not even be mad.
Yeah,
Let it go.
it's one of those magical pairings,
Mm-hmm.
like Hunter and Sean, like Batista and Triple H. Like it's just a special kind of feeling when these two
Yeah.
step in a ring together.
It's like a John and Edge feeling.
Yes. Oh my God. All right. So one of my favorite moments of the year, best moments. My number one moment, because I'm biased, is the moment Triple H was made
Uh
head of all creative.
damn it, I should have picked that.
That day for me was one of the greatest moments of the year.
I should have picked that one. Damn it, damn it. Can I redo mine?
And you can't even argue this.
No,
At literally the course of wrestling history changed in that moment
for the better. For the
when
better.
when the company collectively went all chips in on Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
This guy knows what the fuck he's doing. So
Who
that's
needs
my
ace?
best moment.
Who needs aces when you got a king of kings?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The comeback was real,
Mm-hmm.
real. And he ain't even fully proved himself yet. Listen, he ain't had his Rumble yet. He ain't had his Mania yet. He ain't had his Raw after Mania yet. Man, and he
You
blew us
ain't,
out the park with Survivor Series. That's
yeah.
probably one of the best Survivor Series it's been in years.
And you ain't, and just think, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Nothing yet. You ain't even taste the other two I got for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to blow the roof off the place. I tell you what, if Chris Masters come back, I'm popping big because he been teasing it on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
I've been seeing it. He been throwing up. Hey, put me in there, honey.
Mm-hmm.
You put Chris Masters in there and let him do that full entrance. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, my number two moment is Soraya being cleared.
Okay.
Simply because
Yeah. It's a moment. It's
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 just a
a it's a great
moment,
moment.
you know, and she's waited so long.
What's it been, like 7 years?
7 years? Yeah, yeah. So, it might not have been, it hasn't been, the rocket strap that CM Punk's was.
Yeah,
But just the fact that she came back
at
and she's
all.
cleared and she's able to, and she's still as good as she was.
Mm-hmm. She had to shake the rust off a little bit, but she's
Yeah.
getting there.
But the difference now is that she's surrounded, before it was a wrestling veteran in a class of mostly people still learning
Yeah,
or not on her level.
exactly.
And now she's coming back to an era where everyone is on her level.
Mm-hmm.
So should be a cool year.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
2023 is going to be big for her. So that's my number two.
All right. So after that, we have the worst moments of the year. For me, I'm going with, should I do one or should I do two?
We can do two.
Okay.
We can do two.
So,
We'll probably agree on the two, but we can do two.
all right. So, one of the worst moments of the year for me, Vince McMahon at WrestleMania. We did not need to see Vince compete. We did not need
Oh
to see
shit!
him in a
Right, Vince
ring.
did compete at WrestleMania. What happened this year?
We did
Yeah,
not we did
like
not need to see him fight Pat McAfee. We did not need to see him take
this
that
has been a
god
crazy
awful.
year. That's right. Pat McAfee fought.
We did not need to see him take that stunner.
The Bunny Destroyer was this year.
Like we did not need to see any of that.
Oh my god, this has been a wild year.
So
Yeah,
that's my number two right there. Vince McMahon at Mania just as a whole.
yeah, and then the stunner was horrible.
And my number one, another Vince McMahon led thing, the men's Royal Rumble. It like that was
Oh
one.
yeah, because didn't Shane like direct that whole thing
Yeah. So
and then got fired?
yeah, Shane directed the Rumble. You had no returning legends where normally you have at least maybe three or four.
At least.
You had none of the returning legends, no surprises. You had some of your best people get eliminated by nobodies. AJ got eliminated by Madcap Moss.
Yeah. What?
So there's that. And then not only that, the winner, Brock. Like I didn't want to see Brock win the Rumble. You had Brock come in at number 30 and then have the most eliminations out of anybody in the Rumble. I think he had like six. The guy who comes in number 30 never has the most eliminations. So it was just, and at times it just felt sloppy, uncoordinated. And then you had Knoxville in the Rumble. Yeah, it made no sense. You didn't need Knoxville in the Rumble. It was for me, it was the worst match of the year. One of the worst matches of the year.
Which we will also get to later.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, we didn't. But we can throw it in. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll throw it in now. That was my worst match of the year.
I think my worst match might be, was the zombies thing this year?
No, no, that was last year.
Oh damn, that was gonna be my worst. Um, it was a match I just genuinely didn't like. Oh, here's a hot take. No, no, that feels wrong. I shouldn't even say that. Damn.
Anything with the maximum male models.
Um, do I want to throw them under the bus? Yeah, sure. It's probably some of the worst stuff I've ever seen. Even though no, I can't even say I'm rooting for them anymore. Are they still a thing?
I think I don't even know.
Nobody cares. Yeah, let's throw them under the bus. Whatever match they had was the worst match of the year.
Hmm.
Just no. All right, moving on.
So what's your worst moment?
My worst moment of the year for number one, and we got to do the media scrum. I
Yeah,
mean, just generally,
yeah, just bad for all parties.
and
See, Punk turned into John Wick over his dog. Axel Steel out there biting people.
but even the thing for me is, I think somebody said it on a recent pod I listened to too. The worst part about it is that I don't even doubt that Punk was wrong, but it's just the way he went about it that was
Yeah,
so
dickish.
unsportsmanlike and just yeah, just generally
That was
assholey.
that was very Andre the Giant Fezzik of you. That wasn't
Like
very sportsmanlike.
it wasn't. It's just it's not how you conduct yourself.
No.
But it just and it ruins his estate to me. Like,
Yeah.
it's like a never meet your heroes thing.
And this is why.
Like, I'm just disappointed. That's not how that should have been handled at all, man. And like I said, I don't even doubt that he was wrong. I feel like maybe everything he's saying was true.
Hmm.
That
He just
I
handled
don't
it
see
the
why
wrong
he
way.
would. Yeah, but that wasn't the time to do that.
No.
That wasn't the time or place to do that. So I don't know. I feel like you can't get excited about it anymore. Like he would come back and I would be like, oh, all right, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I guess
Hmm.
they all right. But it wouldn't be as exciting. My number two one is also a Vince McMahon led thing. Um, it's finding out that Vince McMahon is actually a heel in real life and
Yeah.
not
Right.
just on TV. I mean, I had an inkling, but man, this got out of hand.
$19 million later, and
Mm.
how many allegations? Like 12.
And more coming still because he didn't keep his mouth shut about wanting to come back. So they slapped two more on him. Like it's not good, man. It's not good.
You know who else has had a bad
Not good,
2022
man.
beside Vince?
Mm.
Johnny Ace.
Oh yeah, yeah. Johnny Bella's not doing well either.
You getting heat from the Bellas and from Danielson, and you know John doesn't approve.
No, no, no,
I mean, granted, they ain't together now, but John still doesn't approve.
no.
He
Yeah,
still
man.
has he still has the soft spot.
Oh man, just rough, man. Just rough.
Ouch.
Bad,
Well,
bad, bad. But yeah, yeah. Finding out Vince was an actual heel was like, man, did not expect that one. Resulted in the best moment of the year, but
yeah.
still very low. Very,
When you make an omelet, you got to break some eggs, and I guess Vince broke some eggs so we can
yeah,
have
no,
that the omelet.
or those women broke him, and then we got the omelet of Triple H out of.
Oh man. Well, speaking of the women breaking the omelet, that's a perfect transition. Best female wrestlers of the year. Oh, this is what happens when you're unedited. But best female wrestler of the year. I'm gonna go with. I feel like we're gonna have the same for the women.
No,
So,
probably not. I got a lot of alternatives.
all right. So I'm pretty sure number one for us is gonna be the same with Bianca.
And she was runner up. I mean, no, she was on it. She was my alternative.
Oh,
So
okay,
now I
okay.
can go with the one I actually had.
All right. So I'm gonna go Bianca,
But yeah, great year.
Liv, just because we finally got that
Ooh,
title run.
okay, cool. Second alternative. we're running pretty good here. All right,
Okay, and then
definitely.
number three for me, believe it or not, man, she's been killing it. So I'm going Jade Cargill.
Another alternative. Okay, great. This is great. All right, cool.
Okay.
Great
Okay.
minds think alike, but not exactly. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with this. Yeah. Liv, I think Bianca had a great year just because she was champ all year.
Mm-hmm.
I think Liv had a great year, and it really was just a case of all of us getting what we thought we wanted and then realizing the flaw in our idea.
Yeah.
Like as all of us fans and creative.
Mm-hmm.
Because creative's idea was to give us what we wanted, and then we all got what we wanted, and then creative and us both decided this Liv isn't ready yet.
Yep.
So, but regardless, she's been having a great year.
Mm-hmm. It was just the title run for me. It was a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
lackluster.
yeah. It's just,
But she got a decent enough run out of it. She sold some merch. It just didn't
yeah,
she it wasn't fully ready.
yeah. And it's not a complete flop because now
No.
she's turning into someone we can take seriously.
Yeah, there's been
So,
there's been worse flops that have been world champion.
absolutely. So this is
Nikki
this is fun.
ASH.
Well, yeah, that's coming back around too, though.
Oh God, don't remind
So
me.
not terrible. And Jade's been killing it too. I
Yeah.
definitely agree with Jade. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, she's Jade.
Yeah.
That's I mean, there's really nothing else, you know. All right. So from my favorite three, my top three, I went Ronda because, like it or not, Ronda carried the women's division on her back for a while until we jumped the gun on Liv. Let's not forget, she's also still champ. So
Yeah.
we
All right,
gotta, we gotta.
I'll
They
give you
put that women's
Ronda.
division on her back.
I'll give
She
you
carried
Ronda.
that John to you. They was like, all right, we think we might want this person, and then that person failed, and they AJ Styles, and was like, all right, we need you to come carry it again. And she was like, yep, that's what I thought. Carry that John right back. You know what I'm
I'll,
saying?
I'll give you
So
Ronda. Okay. Okay.
Ronda had a good year. All right. Instead of Liv, I went Rhea Ripley
Yeah. I,
because
I can
let's
see.
face it, Rhea Ripley when she started the year, and Rhea Ripley now that literally just had a one-on-one match with the man on TV in front of everyone and won, kicked his ass, actually.
Mommy did her thing.
I mean, she's the biggest threat to any women's division, I feel like. Ain't nobody else fighting men but me again.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So she's reached China status.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
She's
maybe
at.
some people, maybe because Triple H is making it very subtle that we're not making a bigger deal of this.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to argue, not argue, but I had to like kind of break it down to Mrs. Jobber too as we were watching it. Like she was looking at it like it was normal, but in all actuality, it's a moment. It's a
Yeah.
moment, and she's reached China status.
Absolutely.
No one's regularly having matches with men since China.
Nobody's ready for mommy out here, man.
So we gotta acknowledge that Rhea Ripley's becoming one of them. She's a China. She's going in the men's Royal Rumble this year.
Oh, absolutely.
Guarantee it.
I'm here for that.
And kicking ass. So,
I am all for
Rhea
that.
Ripley. And third, uh, call me biased, but Masha Slamovich,
Mm-hmm. Miss Slam a bitch.
because she in this year went from moderately known indie wrestler that we had promoted
Yeah.
since the beginning of the show to main eventing with Jordan Grace for the Impact Knockouts Women's Championship
Mm.
and legitimately having people think she was going to win.
Yeah.
Just on an undefeated streak since she got there.
Mm-hmm.
After showing up in the first NWA All Women's pay per view. I mean, come on. Come on. I mean, she literally went from the bottom to the top of the card.
You
She's a
know what?
legitimate threat.
You know what? You just reminded me of something. I'm gonna make a minor alteration to my female list.
Mm-hmm.
I'm removing Liv. I know, right? I'm taking Liv's name out the
Yeah, it's
hat.
big. That's big.
And I'm going with another name from Impact, who,
Mm,
now that you just mentioned Masha, it reminded me the great year she's had.
mm.
I'm putting Mickey James in there.
Oh yeah. Oh
Mickey
yeah.
Mickey James was replacing Liv Morgan officially in my list.
She deserves it. She deserves it. And she's
I,
also about to fight
hang him
Jordan
up,
Grace for the Knockouts Women's Championship.
potentially hang him up, but
Potentially in her Ric Flair send off.
mm-hmm.
Potentially.
So I
Or
got
she might
I
be champ again. We don't know. We don't know.
never
But
know. But I'm going with I'm gonna put Mickey James in there.
mm-hmm. Mickey's a good one.
So
Shout
now
out to
we're
Impact.
yeah, shout out to Impact. Made my list twice.
And now that I can watch them consistently every week, it's lit. It's lit. I'm
So
watching a lot of wrestling.
so for the second to last, we have the best wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep this to three.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
We can have runner ups though.
okay,
We'll do the three and then we'll do
the honorable mentions.
the honorable mention.
All right, so the three for me,
Mm-hmm.
MJF,
Okay.
the man finally got the world title, came back, had a great return. A little bit weird because kind of didn't.
It has been weird.
It was a bit of a
Weird.
it was a weird return, but I'm not mad at the end result of him getting the world title.
Yeah, yeah. As long as we got there, that's all that
So
matters.
MJF makes the list for me. My number two, I'm going Roman. Roman gets number two for me. A lot of people would say number one, but Roman, he's had a
I
great year
mean, I think
with,
Roman would tell you that they're the twos and
yeah,
he's the one. So
yeah. Roman would say he's the one. I acknowledge the tribal chief, all of 2022, been great. Any other year, he probably would be number one.
mm,
But my number one, Moxley.
mm,
That man
good
has
choice.
been a
Good choice.
goddamn workhorse all of
Good choice.
2022.
Good choice.
Like, he's put AEW on his back and carried them through 2022. My man is just finally getting a break, finally getting that honeymoon, finally. My man can sit down and relax for a second, rest them knees, rest that back. Like, you had the weight of the world on your shoulders for all of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
2022.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets number one for me just off of that. That's why I said if this was 2021 or 2023 and Roman's having this year he's having, Roman's number one for me, hands down. But Mox has just been carrying the hell out of AEW, and I want somebody to even tell me otherwise.
Mox has cemented himself, and it's a funny comparison, but it reigns true, really, that he's become their Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Like he is the epitome of AEW. He is the definition of AEW. When
Mm-hmm.
there's nobody else, there's Moxley.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who comes, who goes, Moxley stays. Moxley is the staple. Moxley is the standard. And he's probably definitely top five on the greatest wrestlers in the world today,
Mm-hmm.
simply because of what he
It's
contributes.
2022.
Yeah. I mean, he proved it three times.
Yeah.
Three times when the ball was dropped, Moxley picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
And after his promo from the CM Punk scrum and everything, the promo he cut after that for basically telling you I'm getting that belt a third time.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it is. Because I'm the man, because I do this, because I am the heart of this company,
Yeah.
I'm gonna win this a third time.
Mm-hmm.
He cut that promo. He went up the ramp. He turned around and he just put up the three. And I was like, this man is him.
Yeah.
This man is him. Like
He is
this
that damn he is that damn guy.
he's the one. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he is Neo.
Mm-hmm.
He is the one. It's just him out here. You know. So I definitely agree with Mox. He was definitely on my list, but I had a
Yeah.
lot of alternatives. So we're good. My number three, I'm gonna go with Alex Shelley.
Respectable.
I mean, let's face it, the man for the first time ever got to main event for the world title. First time ever getting a title shot at the
Mm-hmm.
world title. Went up with the best technical wrestler on the indies, Josh Alexander. I mean, no, yeah, it's him. It's just him out
Mm-hmm.
here. It's just him. Yeah, Josh Alexander is on an island of his own, man. He's ridiculous. Getting the main event with Josh Alexander and a match that I feel like was built for him to win, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Coming off of that, reuniting with Time Splitters, reuniting with the Motor City Machine Guns, and then going on to win not only the New Japan Strong Championships, but finally the Impact Tag Team Championships again
Mm-hmm.
after being repeatedly screwed out of it until
Yep.
eventually everyone went, these guys are the best thing we got here. Not to mention, this is also a year they went up against the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're still in today, and they're every day. Alex Shelley is proving to you, y'all niggas bit my style.
Yeah, pretty much.
every with every week that he comes out there and produces some of the best matches on TV, him and Chris Sabin are showing y'all, me and AJ Styles built y'all niggas.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I know we on YouTube. I probably shouldn't have said that, but that's what it is, man. So Alex Shelley's my number three. Totally not because we interviewed him this year. Number two, Sammy Uso,
Mm-hmm.
because for the past 2 years, at least, Roman Reigns in the Bloodline has been the best story on TV.
Yeah.
And if they weren't the best story, they were one of the best stories.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing with Sammy, they've been doing all year. And like I said in my favorite matches, that men's war games match was the epitome of a storyline that took all year to get to.
Yeah.
And Sammy has become he's invented a new Samoan term, and he's a white boy from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So just to tell you, and I know it's an official Samoan term because we heard it in an indie show
Yeah.
that had nothing to do with the bloodline.
Mhm.
So you know it's real.
Yep.
It's out here. So
Setting
Sammy's had
trends.
one of the best years ever,
Yeah.
ever. Probably the best year of his life
Mm-hmm.
in WWE. And just come on, Sammy Uso.
Sammy Uso. He was one of my alternates.
And my number one, we got to give some credit to the visionary,
Mm-hmm.
the revolutionary,
Yeah.
Seth freaking Rollins. I mean, the guy has been having banger after. I mean, Sheamus's catchphrase, but Seth really just banger after banger after banger after banger. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my God, Seth has been having some of the best matches. Seth Rollins is probably in his best character yet.
Yeah.
And Seth's characters always take so long to develop, so long for you to get used to them.
Mm-hmm.
But every time you get used to them, you realize why he's Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah. I agree.
And at that moment in WrestleMania, when him and Cody had that match, from there on after, and
He's
even
been.
and even more so after the Hell in a Cell, Seth
Mm-hmm.
has continued to get over this gimmick where it's not about what he dresses, even though everything he wears now is hilarious and
Yeah.
extravagant and over the top and whatever. But it's not about him being the drip god anymore. It's not about him being the King Slayer or some gimmick that comes from another thing or something that happened. His whole gimmick now, and the reason it hits so good now is because it's just his whole gimmick now is I'm him.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to believe it. I know it.
Yeah.
I'm him. I'm Seth freaking Rollins.
Mm-hmm. He made you believe he's that
Visionary,
guy again.
revolutionary. I'm Seth freaking Rollins. It isn't about what I'm wearing. It isn't about who they put me against. I just
Mm-hmm.
know who I am and I'm living in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Jericho in the Drink It In, man. Or like, yeah, was it Drink It
Yeah.
In?
Drink it in, man.
It's like just living in the I'm me. There isn't another me. You know,
Exactly.
nobody can do the things I do and have the matches that I have. Like I am him.
Mm-hmm.
I am, in the words of Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
So it's got to be Seth, man, because he's had some of the best matches throughout the year
Yep.
consistently, because he's Seth freaking Rollins, and that's what he does. He goes out there and he's one of the best talkers. He
Mm.
goes out there and has one of the best matches consistently every night. Why?
Yeah.
Because that's who I am.
That's
That's
what he
what I do.
does.
That's what I
He's
do.
one of the best.
Seth freaking Rollins.
All right.
Boom.
So we are nearing the end. But
Oh,
you
before you do that, let me do my honorable mention. My
I
honorable
my
mention.
bad. I forgot the honorable mentions. My bad.
It's okay. I almost forgot it too. My honorable mention is Dominic Mysterio. Simply because
Mommy
Dom
put
has
you on a
had
pedestal.
Dom has had one of the best years
No, he
since
has.
he got here.
He has, yeah.
The character work on Dominic Mysterio has been
I can agree.
uh, I love it. Every week it gets better. Every week he feels more comfortable, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
every and this is really because of three people that Dom made this list. It's because of Dom, yes.
Yeah.
Because oh my God, Dom, when you kicked Edge in the nuts and you took your shoe off and you grabbed his face and you're like, I hate you, man.
Mm-hmm.
That was a moment in time. But the Rhea Ripley stuff is because of Rhea Ripley too.
Yeah.
And the Rey Mysterio character work, it's
Mm-hmm.
because of that too. Because
Yeah.
Rey crying after you beat his ass after they held you down so you
Ooh.
could 619 your own father, you sick mother. Oh, this is YouTube.
You beat your dad down on Thanksgiving.
You and right, you held him down and did his own finisher to him. And then you went to the man's house on Thanksgiving and whooped him in his own home in front of his own family that is also your family.
Damn,
You are a horrible human being. And
man.
that is the best kind of person to be.
Healed by nature.
Healed by nature,
Healed
baby.
by nature.
Because yes, we love a good guy, but damn it,
Do we?
Triple H is Triple H. Randy Orton is Randy Orton. And Dominic Mysterio is slowly climbing up the list to be one of the sickest SOBs on the planet.
Man.
And I love it. I love it. All right. Get to your thing.
All right. My honorable mention. I'm going with somebody just based off the fact that they look like they're having the most fun that they've had in years. So for me,
Oh, I know it.
I'm throwing Sheamus in there.
Oh, he was my last person. I'm glad we got every single person I wrote down considering this.
Yeah, I gotta throw
Sheamus was the
Sheamus in there,
last
man.
person I had.
He looks like he's having the most fun he's had in a long time. His match with Gunther was a You know what? I'm gonna just say it was a fucking banger.
Probably one of
That
the greatest matches of his life.
Yes, I agree. That was probably one of the best Sheamus matches I've seen in a while. Probably his best match since Triple H. He just he don't miss, dude. Sheamus hasn't missed at all this year.
And Wales ate it up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. The sound in there, they were blowing the roof off the place for that one.
So I gotta go Sheamus, man. I gotta show love to the Irishman.
Yeah. Yeah. He showed why he was him. I think Triple H might have texted him one day. Or he might have came across him in the hall and said something that just turned a light on him.
Mm-hmm. Flip that switch.
Because he was like, I don't know what he said, but I feel like
It
since
worked.
Triple H took over and they
Well,
fixed the Brawling Brutes,
yeah, whatever it was, it worked.
somebody went to Sheamus and was like, remember all these guys coming back, but you was the original Triple H guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yeah,
Show him
maybe I
why.
was.
Show him why.
Start kicking some ass here.
Yeah, so Sheamus gotta get it, man.
Yeah, yeah. I see
And
big things for Sheamus coming up.
so, with that being said, we are at the end, but before we end it, what is a bold prediction we have for 2023?
Yes.
Go ahead. I'll let you kick it off with the bold prediction.
All right. I got two of them.
Okay.
How many do you have?
I have two of them.
Okay, because I really have three, but I wanted to make sure. Um, my first one is the Matt Cardona returns
Okay.
in 2023.
Okay.
I believe it. I believe he knows that all this really has been so he can go back home and be considered a
Like
main
Cody.
eventer. Yeah, like Cody, and be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it while I was here. Bless Matt Cardona secretly is a genius,
Yeah.
at least when it comes to the wrestling industry.
Mm-hmm.
He has found a way to do what Drew has done at an exponentially greater rate. He has
Yeah.
found, and he's one of the first original people to get themselves over through internet.
Mm-hmm.
And he has had one of the greatest runs in his life. No, this is probably one of the greatest runs of his life. This is
Yeah.
probably
This
the
this
greatest
is
run of his life.
this is the greatest one of his life.
Him hitting the Indies and changing everything we thought Matt Cardona could become.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming back.
Yeah.
He's doing all this and an offer to get a great deal and a good push and a fair shake when he comes back home.
I could see it.
That's my theory.
Okay.
It's not about being a legend on the Indies. It's about being a legend in the Indies so I can come home and be taken seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So I see Matt Cardona returning.
Okay.
And number two, I see the Hurt Business coming back.
Oh, okay. So we don't have either anything. Okay. We don't have any of the same
Yeah,
ones.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
perfect.
And I'll throw an extra one in there. I see them coming back and possibly coming back with Leo Rush.
Oh, I would like that. I would
Because I
like
know
that.
Bobby wants it,
I would like that.
and I know Leo wouldn't turn down the bag,
No.
especially to
Especially,
come back and be taken seriously because
mm,
now dad is at the head of the table.
yeah.
No disrespect to the tribal chief.
Bobby's the head of that table. He's the head of the business.
Bobby's the head of the business.
All right. So I can respect that. My bold predictions. Number one, Finn Balor's winning a world title.
Ooh, that's big. That's a big one.
Finn's winning a world title with Judgment Day.
That's a little out there.
That's a little out there, but hey, if Roman loses a title this year and we can start playing hot potato again with a
big
belt,
pop though. Big pop.
Finn's getting a world title.
That's
A
big for
title.
me.
He's getting a title.
Yes.
Not a tag
Yes.
title. He's getting a singles title.
A singles title.
All right, that's a safer bet. Finn's
Well,
getting a
no, no,
singles.
no. Jump out the window. I want Finn to win a world
Okay,
title.
I'll go all the way out the
Oh
window.
yeah,
Finn's
I'm
getting a
popping
world title.
big for Finn winning a world title.
Finn's getting a world title this year, so that's my one bold prediction. Second bold prediction. The bloodline runs deep. Jacob Fatu signs with WWE.
Oh, that's a big one. Oh, that's a big one.
Jacob comes to WWE.
Listen, man.
Specifically, goes through the developmental process. Even though he's a little bit older, he's gonna go through NXT, all that. But Jacob's
Probably for
coming.
like a year though.
Jacob's coming to WWE. The bloodline is gonna thicken.
I feel it. I feel it.
Those are my bold predictions. Finn wins a world title. Fatu comes to WWE.
I tell you what. Since I've been to so many MLW events,
You want to see it, but you don't want to see it.
I think they about to put the strap back on him.
I don't know, man.
So
I think he
this
comes
is
back.
I'll add on to your prediction with this. I feel like if he wins the belt back, he's not gonna go. But I feel
Okay.
like if he loses to Hammerstone twice, he's signing that deal.
Yeah, I believe he is.
Because there's no reason for him to stay if he's not world champ, because he's still closing every show.
Yeah.
So if Fatu don't win that belt back from Hammerstone, he signed a deal.
Mm-hmm.
He going somewhere.
Yeah, I agree.
Rikishi gave him that call.
Mm-hmm. He
And
put the word in.
he do got some ghetto ass cousins down there still though. So he might
Damn ghetto ass cousins.
No, but they cool though. The Samoan SWAT team is dope. But I feel like they could just as easily, when Fatu leave, replace Fatu with Umaga's son.
Yeah, yeah, Umaga's boy.
So you never know, man. If he don't win that belt back, I definitely think Fatu could go straight to the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
Because well, everyone's directly tied to the bloodline, but
Yeah.
he's like right in that age group,
Mm-hmm.
and they keep a group chat. It could be that easy.
Yeah.
It could be, and I already know Rikishi wants it, which
Mm-hmm.
means the current person training and putting people in the industry is ready for Fatu to make that leap. He feels like he's ready. And if
Yeah.
Rikishi feel like you ready, you probably ready.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it, dude. He could easily show up.
It's possible.
It's possible.
But that is the end of our video. That is the 2023 rundown. Stevie Jobber, before we sign out of here,
Yes.
you got anything you want to say to the people?
I got one more prediction.
Oh, you got another
In
prediction?
2023, the last thing I had to say in 2023, I predict, as long as Triple H is in charge. Let me put that little in parentheses there. As long as Triple H is in charge, I see Rhea Ripley winning a men's singles title. I see it. I see it. Don't you walk away from me. It's gonna happen. Rhea Ripley will win a men's singles title. She will go full China and
Book
she
it.
will win a men's title.
Book it.
I see Rhea Ripley as IC champion. I don't think she's gonna win from Gunther, but I see Rhea Ripley whoever wins it after him, as long as that's not Braun. I see that person going down to Rhea Ripley, man.
Give Rhea Ripley the U.S. title and have her beat Theory.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We're just gonna bury Theory some more in 2023. Just shovel the dirt.
Snap. Yeah, man.
Because we can't bury Ricochet no more.
No, Ricochet's getting his time in the sun, baby. We leaving Ricochet alone. That's Prince Puma.
Ricochet stays.
I heard Michael Cole's reference on commentary.
Man,
he's quick as a puma. Yeah, bitch. Sorry. We'll bleep it out.
We'll edit it out in post. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll get it out of here.
Edit. But guys, thank you for an amazing 2023. We had some awesome times doing this, interviewing Alex Kane, interviewing Alex Shelley, our episodes with D the Toy Hunter, Johnny Funko, Arcade Pop, Mr. Awesome, D of a Kind, Fets. Man, this was a wild year. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. A lot of great moments, a lot of bad moments. Stevie Jobber got married.
Mm, that one.
Damn, man. Some great moments.
Hmm. Hmm.
Before we sign off, Stevie, you got anything you want to say?
Nah, I'm good, man. It's been a great year, and I just look forward to having another great one.
Ended on a high note.
Ending on a high note.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a great holidays. Hope your 2022 was okay, because I know 2023 is going to be even better for everybody. So we just going to end it just like this, man. Stay up, stay blessed, and as always, stay
Stay
dangerous.
dangerous.